Leg number 1 to Class 4 over the 1,000 metres. Forte is first up, no trials. Fabulous 8 raced wide last time, slightly better draw. Momentum Galaxy is a 3-time course and distance winner. Juno Flash comes back in trip. Supreme Lucky, he gets the blinkers on. We've got oversubscribed 3-time course and distance winner. Valhalla second up wears blinkers. Fairbo has his second start for Pierre and Handsome Rebel, fashioning a pretty good record in a short time with Jamie Richards. 1,000 metres is the distance of the first leg. Nick, that means they will truck right along.
They certainly will, Mark. Yeah, they'll go pretty quick, you'd imagine. Circuit 7, drawn in gate 5. We know he likes to lead. Mikel Barcelona will be on board him, so expect him to go forward and be very prominent. Charming Steed, I suppose, an interesting one. He's drawn in gate number 2. Now, Lyle Hewittson's come in for the ride on this horse, and he does ride the track very well, and he can be positive on his mounts also, so he might press on. Supreme Lucky and Handsome Rebel, he might just be caught a little bit wider, Paul, can also be front rank.
Yeah, he got the unlucky draw, Handsome Rebel. Vincent Ho from 7 with that pace underneath him. Supreme Lucky's drawn nicely in 1, so I'm sure Zach will hunt him up and get him into the trail there. Oversubscribed, did catch the eye coming from well back last time, and he does race better when he's towards the back as well. Last
time he was sort of right back out there, which we'll have a look at in the not too distant future as well. But we start with David Hayes. Nick was able to find David this morning out at Shah 10. Forte comes here, no trials. Let's find out why.
David, Forte is a horse that you're going to reintroduce in one of the IJC legs. We haven't seen him for a little while. What's been his issue?
Yeah, he had a wind operation in the off-season, and so we just have taken our time, and we're sort of looking forward to him having a good back half of the season.
He hasn't had a trial. What was the thinking behind not trialling him?
I've just had a lot of luck with horses that have had wind operations to put them in fresh. So he's done plenty of work, but he just hasn't trialled. So he's sort of, which is unusual for Hong Kong, but not unusual all over the world.
Yeah, no, agree. And is he just the type of horse that sort of comes to hand quite quickly?
Yes, yeah, he does. He's a free working horse, and his recovery's been excellent. And we thought we might as well trial for $1 million rather than trial for nothing.
Yes, indeed, quite. This is an IJC leg, of course. Before we touch upon your jockey, obviously it's all luck of the draw. 0 from 6 here at Happy Valley, but he has run some good races at the City Circuit.
Yeah, he's gone close a few times. In one of the races where he didn't run a place, he was quite unlucky. So he's got no trouble with the Valley.
Hugh Bowman gets the ride for you. Obviously, he's riding extremely well at the moment. I imagine you were pleased when you saw the jockey allocation.
Yeah, the Hong Kong Huey, it's great to have him. He's had an instant impact, and he's a class rider.
I just wanted to ask you as well, just on regards to Nervous Witness, we've seen him trial already. He's on the comeback trail. Just a quick update on him.
Yeah, he's trialling on the turf Tuesday after the internationals, and he'll be set for the 1,000-metre group race in early January. We decided to pass. He had a colic operation, and we thought we'd just set him for the back half of the season.
Could give you all plenty to look forward to, I'm sure.
Yeah, look, he's acting really well. I expect him to trial well on that Tuesday, next Tuesday.
David Hayes there on Forte and Nervous Witness. Paul, we move on to the first of our replays, and it features Circuit 7, who was better on the speed this time. Handsome Rebel hasn't been too far away. Fairbo doing Fairbo things, and Fabulous 8, slightly better draw, but it's still on the outer part of the track.
Yeah, so he's just getting a little bit further back. Look, he came out to win, but he sort of didn't quite get there. I thought it was a good run from Circuit 7. He's going to be on the pace. We know that. He will be out of trouble, so I'm going to include him.
Yeah, blinkers are off this night as well, and he's hit the line quite strongly. And those that were closest to him certainly haven't run bad either.
We're going back 2 starts ago now, Nick, for Circuit 7. We're going to show the whole race here because he's one of 2 horses we need to look at. He did a lot of early work and finished down the track, so to see him bounce back was very good. The other horse to take note of is in the yellow colours, oversubscribed, and the amount of ground he makes up. Yeah,
this was an incredible run from him because at one stage, I think sort of when they get to the end of the back straight, upon turning in, he must have been, I don't know how many lengths off them, but it was plenty of daylight between himself and the field. So he's made up a lot of ground, and he's done well to finish where he has, only beaten a length in the end. So really good run. I mean, the pace, Paul, has clearly aided him in doing that. So I think they'll go quick again in this.
They will, that's the thing, you're right. He was a little bit flattered because because of the pace, but there's pace again in this race. You're right about Circuit 7. Forget about this run. He never got to the lead. I think he can get to the lead here. Now, you can see that some of these other runners, but have a look on the horse in the yellow in particular, oversubscribed, because he did finish off strongly, and we have seen him do this before at Happy Valley, so he goes in for me as well.
Yeah, I think he has to. I mean, here he's picked up, and once he's just got a couple of taps behind the saddle, he's really responded very kindly. Sylvester de Souza rides him as well, so I think the jockey will suit the horse, and he was certainly hitting the line well.
And we also had Fabulous 8 Momentum Galaxy just in behind as well. We move on, Nick, to our next replay, which is Valhalla. This was first up down the straight. He stays at 1,000 metres. He debuted over this distance at Happy Valley in June.
Yeah, he ran 8th of 12 that day behind Sergeant Perry. He's beaten 5 lengths, but look, it was his first run, so you can sort of forgive him that. But this was a much more encouraging effort down the straight. He has closed off really well behind Flying High. Interesting, they put blinkers on for the first time, Paul, and well, he's trained by a certain Casper Founds, and he knows how to get them to win at Happy Valley.
Yeah, exactly. He did hit the line strongly. Barrier 11. That just worries me where he's going to end up. I think he's just going to be a bit further back than he would like.
Juno Flash has had one start, Paul. He was just fair that night. He's got a tricky barrier to overcome, but his trial since has looked good.
Yeah, hasn't it? I thought it was a really good trial from this horse. He looks like he's come on a lot. Sometimes John-sized runners, they just take a run to get right. Maybe he's the case. He's got a big horse. He's drawn awkwardly in barrier 12, but the way he raced in this trial, looks like he's ready to win a race, so I've included him.
Yeah, he absolutely does, doesn't he? He's under a really tight hold, which is noticeable, and I think, as you say, if he can overcome the wide draw, there'd be no reason why he can't improve from first to second start.
He has a ride for Tom Marquand in the first leg. So that's a look at some of the runners, and also David Hayes. Paul, who have you got as your selections?
I'm going to go with Supreme Lucky on top here. Zach Purdon's mount, he's going to get the perfect run just in behind. And I think he can win. It was a good debut run from him, and the blinkers go on for the first time at his second start. Janu Flash, really good trial from him, and he's had that run under his belt. Oversubscribed from the back, and Circuit 7 from the front. 7-6-8-4. Yeah,
I've gone with the top one here. Forte, unconventional, I suppose, to some coming into this race after a layoff without a trial. But David Hayes seemed pretty confident, and he certainly knows what he's doing, that's for sure. Hugh Bowman and a good draw should help matters also. Supreme Lucky in for second. I think he's a nice horse going forward. He's actually put 20 pounds on as well, so he might just have strengthened up from his first run there. Momentum Galaxy, I think, is one at a price. His run last time can be upgraded, covered a bit of extra ground. I expect him to go okay, and Oversubscribed goes in. If there is that strong pace, it will suit him. 1, 7, 3 and 8.